take us home from the JAIC's perspective, maybe two dimensions, the JAIC and sort of what you see there from 2 to 3 years, maybe AI in general across the federal service. What's it look like in a couple of years?
I think the main thing that you're going to see is we're evolving from an era in which AI is difficult to implement. It requires a great deal of genius level expertise. And we're moving from that era into which an AI is sort of an expected aspect of your daily life, whether that's in the business processes, in the business enterprise of the Department of Defense, or whether that's actually in warfighting operations. So to take an example from each of those domains, on the business side of the equation, the budget and financial and contracting data of the Department of Defense looks like these, phone book thick reports. And that is what passes for data. And so if you want to understand and analyze that data, you have to read hundreds or thousands of pages of documents. In some cases, such as the contracting enterprise, millions of documents. And so we actually partnered, and just by total coincidence, I've partnered with the two organizations on this call, the Navy and Advana, to create a new capability that uses machine learning and natural language processing, which is a subdomain of that, where we're going to be analyzing the budget data of the DoD and the contracting data of the DoD, so that you can actually sort of move from a report that you have to read to a cloud-enabled application that you can query and search from. So for instance, you could reach into the 60 million contracting documents, right, that the Department of Defense has executed, over the past decade or so. And you could say, show me all of the contracts that look like this one. I mean, that is a very different relationship between information that a typical analyst or a typical user will have in the future from what they have today. And not only will this performance be incredible, but it will be continually updated. In working with the Advana team, I have been amazed, right? And I say, oh, I need the system to be able to do this, right? This system is still in development. I need the system to be able to do this. I need it to have this feature. And they come back to me the next day, the next week, and it's already upgraded to be, what we need the system to do. That is a totally different relationship that DoD organizations used to have with the creation of software-enabled technology. These used to be years-long development efforts. But we're totally revamping our data infrastructure. We're totally revamping our software development infrastructure so that it can respond at the speed of mission need. Now, what I was just talking to you was about the business operations side of the Department of Defense. But our mission is to deter wars and, if necessary, to fight and win those wars. And artificial intelligence will have an equal, if not greater, impact, as Brett and I have been saying, at the pointy end of the spear. And there, I would, urge you to think about the evolution that we've seen in e-commerce, right? The speed at which you can just wish for something and it appears on your doorstep, or the change in taxis to app-based, ride-sharing services. Mm-hmm. These are all developments in the commercial technology sphere that are underwritten at every stage through artificial intelligence and machine learning. That is the key step that has enabled these types of services. And what I want is for our warfighters to have capabilities every bit as effective, every bit as high performing, and constantly evolving and getting better, not on a time frame of years, but on a time frame of days or weeks. That's what they deserve, and that's what America's national security needs. And I think the department is moving towards being an AI-enabled enterprise and a professionalized AI enterprise, where it's not a novelty, it's something that we're good at, it's something we do all the time.